It's all just blame Sunny. And you had a question, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, with Rebuild Behaving Dylan, what was your experience like working on that? And also, in your non-biased opinion, do you think you did the best job playing the character?
I would hesitate to ever say that I did the best job of anything, but I can tell you that by the time the third one came out, that experience was nerve-wracking because there had been some misunderstandings that had happened in the script. So the Japanese sent some representatives over to supervise the recording. So we had 3 people from the company sitting in the room while I recorded it. So any pronunciations or anything that I shouldn't have, they would give notes on, he shouldn't say this, it should be saying this instead. Some, stuff like that. But now that guy told me that I was the closest that he had heard to the Japanese.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's necessarily best or not, but that's what I was going for. That's the #1 thing I try to do, is try to get as close to the Japanese as I can. And I know that sounds like a cop-out, but it works every time. Every time I've gotten as close as I can to the Japanese seiyu's voice, the closer I get to it, the better people think it is. So, it makes them feel like we stayed in some way true to the dub. So that's what I want to do. Unless the director goes, nah, let's raise it up a little bit, and then you're just at the mercy of the director. So I would hesitate to say I did the best, but somebody important said I did. So there. Yes.
Is there in all the anime that Funimation has done, has there been any character that you wish you would have been the one to voice them?
Tons of characters that I wish I could have voiced. It's like anyone. I mean, I like any time I get to be in a show. I'm rather happy about it. There are a couple times I'm not even sure if I could name them anymore. Eric Vale and I have played opposite each other in a lot of stuff for some reason, because we're good. But we've played opposite each other. I always thought it would be interesting in a lot of those cases to switch it up and see what would have happened had we flipped it. Little envious of Vic's part in Free. I would have loved to have played that character.
Would have been better.
But hey, Vic did a great job. But I really would have liked to play that character. But I knew that wasn't going to happen. I did not want to play Momo in Free, but I did. And I'm glad I did. I had fun with it, but it would not have been my first choice. Other parts. There are a certain group of actors that are kind of always competing for roles at Funimation, and it's really because of voice type. So anything in that sort of Todd Haberkorn, Josh Greeley, Micah Solasad. I used to be in that group before I started directing. Austin Tyndall. It's almost you can bet for the most part when a new show comes out and there's a lead guy, you can bet it's probably going to be one of those dudes. If it's a deeper voice, you might get an Ian Sinclair or a Sabat, or it's kind of all based on voice type most of the time, because we're all trying to shoot for as close to the Japanese as we can get without it sounding ridiculous. I'll play anyone is, I guess, the answer.